with our special guest, Joe Hurt today.
I didn't ask Joe's permission. Is it okay for us to sing along, Joe? Or I don't know if you want us to. He's laughing. Okay. Go ahead, Mark.
All right, what's next? I think we need to start. So today, Belinda's going to be doing our cocktails. I'll be cooking. Joe will be playing the piano, and then he also has a special talent that we're also going to learn about. And I feel like we should get started. I need a cocktail.
We all need something to drink first. So this image is of the St. Regis Jean Georges restaurant, which I opened a few years ago in Mexico City. And yes, I did stock every single one of those wine bottles into that bar, and I only fell off the ladder once. So we're gonna do a grapefruit cooler, because every Sunday when you go out in Mexico City and across a lot of Mexico, all the families are always drinking these epic beer cocktails, and I wanted to create one that's with grapefruit. So hopefully Bailey will spotlight my little setup over here and we can make this drink together. So basically, we're going to start with a little tequila reposado. So I'm using Partita, and I'm going to measure out 1.25 ounces of Partita reposado. I love reposado tequila because it's a little less edgy. I mean, sometimes you do want Blanco, but sometimes you want something that's a little smoother. I'm also going to add fresh grapefruit. And yes, Joe and Morgan and those who I sent cocktail kits to, I did squeeze that just for you, but in a very sanitary environment. 1.5 of the grapefruit juice, fresh squeezed. And then we're gonna add a little agave nectar, which you could also use that beer simple that I've used in drinks with you before, because you can reinforce the kind of beer flavor. And then a little bit of grapefruit bitters will be at the end. I'm going to take that and add it in now. 3 dashes of hopped grapefruit bitters. So we've got like beer situation and theme all the way through. So I'm going to shake it up. Here we go. Ready? That's like a headless person shaking. That's a fun angle. And I also get to use my super fun copper shaker, which, because I'm not a professional bartender, I'm not good at undoing yet, but I can suck it enough to get it real chilled. Okay, so all of that in my little setup is going into a glass that has grapefruit juice cubes. Woohoo! You can use a little proper strainer. There's all the ways. However you want to do it yourself is absolutely acceptable. So that's the base of the drink. And then I'm going to finish it with a little bit of beer. And for this one, I chose Paulaner Hefeweizen. So this is nice and hoppy. And I love wheat beer because I feel like it's so refreshing, and it's a good one for when it's hot outside. So all the way to top. And then I prepared a little pink salt and like paprika rim and totally forgot about it. So if you want to pre-rim your glass, that's really easy. You just kind of get a little something on the outside of your glass. I'm using a grapefruit, and then you can rim it. But in this case, I'm going to garnish my cocktail with the grapefruit. And I don't know, looks good to drink to me. Did anyone make this little cocktail along with me?
We're just rimming our glasses right now.
Okay. Maybe we should spotlight the rimmed glasses on Mark's side, because he's doing a better job of it, because I completely forgot. There you go. That's how you could do it. Well done. Very good looking. All right. So I just want to raise a toast for those who have a little grapefruit cooler. Happy Sunday, everyone. I always love seeing you. And we're going to have some more fun now that we're going to have a little tequila and beer in our system. Jessica's got it through. Did you get yours together, Mark?
Yeah. We're going to top it with some beer right now.
Okay, so there's a second cocktail recipe That's looking good for anyone who's doing the cilantro. I know cilantro is a love-hate thing for so many people. So, but this one's in the same theme. It's kind of a beer and tequila cocktail. And this is an image of a great restaurant that I oversaw the beverage program for called Spice Market, also by Chef Jean-Georges Vongerichten. I mean, look at this place. It was incredible. We sold probably 10,000 of these cocktails a week, and it's a cilantro cooler, and it works a lot like the last cocktail that we made. So you have a shaker with a bit of ice, and then we're going to use some fresh cilantro and muddle that in the shaker. And then I'm going to add some chili because the theme is chili this week. So I've got some jalapenos. Those are going right in if you like it spicy. And then you can kind of muddle all that into your shaker. The next part of the recipe is to add, I'm using añejo tequila for this one. It's like the herbal. Yeah? So we're adding 2 ounces of the añejo tequila into the shaker, followed by an ounce of fresh lime juice, followed by a little of that beer simple syrup that I just can't use up. I'm gonna try.
Okay, this first cocktail is super delicious, Belinda.
Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna shake up cocktail number 2 with the cilantro and the chili. Which camera am I shaking to, Bailey? Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. All right, so this one is kind of the same thing. So I did a little pebble ice filled glass with lime wheels. Oh. And then I'm gonna strain in that fun concoction I just made. Voila. Lastly, for this one, I'm using good old Modelo. Any wine would work. I was actually looking for Miller High Life at my bodega, but they didn't have it. I love the champagne of beers.
Me too.
This one for the cilantro lovers, you can just garnish with a bouquet. And you can also put a little more jalapeno if you want.
It's so pretty.
As you like it. And I'm using the spoon for my other cocktail. Here we are. So that's the cilantro cooler. If you're a cilantro person, I think it's a good one. The amazing thing is this week, a magazine editor asked me if I had a cocktail pairing, which is very weird. They don't actually usually ask me that. Usually ask me about wine. They asked me if I had a cocktail pairing for a banh mi. And I'm like, oh, do I? Right here. So that's cocktail number 2. Wow, I don't think I've ever tried to make 2 cocktails before, have I? That's pretty ambitious.
That's pretty good. I mean, like you did, that was done like a rock star.
Thank you. Well, now that we have something to drink, I think it's time for the main attraction. And it's time to continue our little vegan cooking odyssey that started during Hiatus Hangs. Mark Chi, take it away.
So if you haven't already done so, if you purchased your chili crisp in the store or whether you've done it ahead of time, great to set that aside for later, but we're gonna get right into the buns. So if you have your veggies prepped, I would say get everything into a saute pan and get the veggies sauteed right now. So over a big saute pan, well here, I'm gonna lower this so you guys can see that. Look. Over
Mark, did you show the shot? He's got his computer on like 10 Amazon boxes right now. It's amazing.
My secrets. Okay, so this is my setup.
We learned during quarantine. Amazing. Well done.
All right, so in your saute pan, we're going to heat that up. We're going to heat up a couple tablespoons of oil. And also, hopefully by now, you also have your dough rested and it's risen and ready to go. I'm gonna So our dough started out as a little tiny ball, and it's risen to this much.
Nice.
Oh yeah, so it should be nice and floofy, and then you break it down like that. Awesome.
Mark, did your mom make these at home?
No, my mom is not a cook. My dad is the chef of the house. He was in the restaurant business. And actually this recipe is called, in Chinese, it's Sinzhen Bao. So these are like traditionally Shanghainese food. So it's not like your typical, xiaolong bao, which is, like a wonton wrapper with the consomme on the inside. These rely on the juices from the vegetables and the meat. And these are pan fried and steamed. So that's very local to Shanghai only.
Very cool. And you're such a good cook too. I mean, so did you learn from your dad?
I did. I grew up in the kitchen, so all I would do is just watch him cook. So I mean, the only thing that's missing is the pork, and then the dough we made with a dairy alternative instead of with actual milk. So we're gonna throw in some ginger and garlic and the mushrooms, and we're just gonna saute them until they're fragrant. Look at that wrist action.
Dustin, you're like the best. Should we call you chef de cuisine or executive chef? Who's which?
I'd say I'm probably like the sous chef.
Okay. Awesome.
Fun
to watch. And then, so in New York, Mark, where are you doing all your produce shopping at this point?
Well, we love the farmers market at Union Square. However, because of the pandemic and everything, we're kind of afraid to leave the house.
Yeah.
So, there is a Whole Foods that's close by that we have been shopping at Whole Foods, but during like the height of the pandemic, we really have been shopping at our local grocery stores that are Asian owned. So we're supporting small business and also the Asian community. So which makes me really, really happy. So these are shiitake mushrooms. We have ginger and we have garlic in here. Is anyone else cooking along?
I see Jess cooking.
Yes.
I see Margaret cooking. I think Bora might be cooking. Bora, are you cooking? Bora's cooking as well. I'm unmuting you. Unmute yourself, girl.
I love it.
I'm so happy to see you.
Happy to see you too.
I need all those cocktails.
Oyster mushrooms.
Oh,
Is that okay?
I love using those for vegan food. I love shredding them with a fork and then replacing it as a shredded pork.
But you can use them in the buns.
Okay.
Oh wait, so you can use a trumpet royale mushroom like that, like how people use jack.
Take a fork and you just shred it, and it shreds apart just like pork would, and then you saute that up, throw in whatever sauce you want, and then bake it out to dry it out, and it gives the consistency of pork. So I'm just beginning to smell the mushroom. We're gonna toss in, we have 4 cups of finely shredded cabbage. Dump that in there. And we're just gonna let this sweat for a couple minutes.
Also, we're gonna spotlight Kaho. We're spotlighting you.
Oh,
Look at this garnish game, people. I mean. Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. That's such a good carving.
it's only 10 a.m., but I got 2 cocktails here.
That's the only way to spend Sunday. Is
Only just part of why we love you.
We got stars, we didn't garnish.
I'm also going to add a nice helping of salt. That's just going to help the cabbage sweat out a little bit.
Yum. But I mean, there's a million different veggie combinations, right? Like every mom and or dad chef.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally, a family. Like I feel like baos are they're kind of like the Italian equivalent to like red sauce.
Yeah.
Every family has their own secret kind of. You're in my way of my cocktail.
Move it, sous chef.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like this one just has kale and it's missing the pork, but everything else is pretty much really traditional. And the key here is to cut everything really, really fine, so that when you stuff it into a bowl, it works out. It all comes together.
Nice. So is it time to roll out some dough? What happens now?
Okay, let's roll out some dough while he's sauteing that out.
Great.
Okay, so here's my dough. All right. I'm gonna get some flour. I'm gonna flour.
Is that dough recipe a pretty typical one, aside from the using the plant milk instead of?
It is. So what's different about bao dough or like other kind of like wonton dough is that it is so it's a leavened dough. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this whole thing, roll it into a nice big ball.
Oh, look, there's Eduardo. Hi, Eduardo. I like your hat.
Thank you. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Eduardo's going to be our guest next week. He's a great sake ambassador and, has done a lot of great work in restaurants and beverage programs and has an interesting business that we'll talk about with him next week. Next week's theme is rice. So, sake.
Very excited. Here's to all.
Also, I just want everyone to know that's not a virtual background. That's real.
Working on it.
All right, Mark, what's going on in dough world?
So I have kind of like in a log. I'm gonna take a knife. I'm just gonna like little lumps like this. I'm gonna cut them into about 15 to 20 pieces.
This is the part I always watch my mom do. And then when I went to go do it myself, I was like, oh my God, she's so good and she's so fast. I have no idea how she worked that rolling pin. We have one like that too.
Yes, this is a very traditional Chinese rolling pin versus something like this. This just works better, at least for me.
Oh, you gotta Asian it up when you make these.
Yes, exactly. So I'm gonna take my little dough, I'm gonna smush it down. And then the secret is to hold it with your thumb like this. You're just gonna roll it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times is ideal. So you want just about a 3-inch disc with the middle really nice and thick, so when you hold it up, the bottom doesn't break out.
Okay, so thinner on the edges,
Yes.
approximately 3 twists and rolls.
4
twists and rolls. So when you're rolling, you're not rolling all the way to the center. You're just stretching the outside. I wish I were rolling with you, but I was playing with all the cocktail kits yesterday.
I'm gonna roll out. So let's check back on the veggies right now. So if you look at the veggies, so it's kind of now sweat it out. We're gonna add in the kale.
So you cook everything separately and then you kind of combine it to make the whole filling.
Exactly.
Okay.
We're gonna add in the kale, add in the carrots, the scallions.
Yum. I can smell it from here. I never use ginger for anything. So
It's interesting because like when I make it without the ginger, it doesn't taste right.
yeah, right.
But then when it's in there, I really don't notice it. Also, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm gonna make it 3. I like a little bit more salt.
Also, Mark, that recipe says use stir fry sauce. What's that?
So that's actually, my dad used to do that. I don't do that because I just don't use stir fry sauce.
What is stir fry sauce?
So like anything like teriyaki sauce or anything like that has a sugar content.
Oh, so one of the sauces, it's like a little thicker and brown.
So what I prefer to do instead is I will do like 3 tablespoons of soy sauce instead, and then I'll throw in a tablespoon of sugar. So it helps sweeten it up and give it like the illusion of sauce in there.
Gotcha. So you do your own custom stir fry sauce is what you're saying. So I keep pouring beer on top of my cocktail base, by the way. It's kind of like Royaling it with champagne. Morgan's nodding at me. Did you have a cocktail yet, girl? That's it. Morgan, which beer are you using, the Paulaner?
Yeah, this guy.
Good, right?
It's very good. This is like a dangerously endless cocktail.
Also, for the cocktail kits didn't measure anything, so I think you have extra. So, just dump it in.
We keep making them all day.
Oh, woohoo! I mean, Renaissance of the beer cocktail. I think and then you should have them, and then you can just keep topping up, right? Okay, Mark, where are we?
All right, now we're gonna also. Oh, I also forgot we forgot to add white pepper.
Oops.
That's another thing with Asian food. It's all about the white pepper, not the black pepper.
Never the black pepper.
It has a smokier flavor. It's more refined. I love it. And then we're also going to do a drizzle. So this is kind of the consistency of where we want to be at now with the vegetables. I'm going to turn the camera around. Can you see that? So it's soft, but we still got some texture and still a little bit of crispiness. That's kind of finishing. We're going to drizzle some toasted sesame oil.
Yum. Did you have all this stuff in your pantry already?
I did.
Nice. Dustin's like, yep.
All right, now we're gonna put that all back out into a bowl.
It's time to stuff Bao.
Stuff.
Oh my gosh. Did everyone see the Pixar short called Bao?
Oh my God, I made my mother watch it, and now all I get is Asian guilt. Like, why did you leave me?
It makes me cry every single time. But they used to have a whole set of GIFs, and now there's only like left, which is really weird. So I'm hoping someone will put them back because I wanted to use them all week.
Oh my God, I wish you could smell this. It smells, there's a little bit of sweetness. It's savory, garlicky.
So it smells just like the Chi household growing up.
It does. I'm gonna be extra Chinese and actually use chopsticks to stuff my.
Listen, did you also whip eggs with chopsticks and all that too?
That I don't.
Oh.
I should, but I just use, a fork. So I'm gonna take a little bit of.
So it's okay that it's warm.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So here's a secret. Now what you want to do is you're gonna start crimping.
You've got some technique. Wait. You're gonna do the next one slower.
Okay. And then you have a little bow.
So that's the end result. It's like a fold and a twist and a fold and a twist and a fold and a twist. Okay, the next one, like 1/3 speed.
Okay. We're gonna add our stuffing. Okay. We're gonna pull. So pretty much we're just crimping. So we're gonna crimp like this.
Look, Jess is gonna do it with you. All right, Jess.
And then we're gonna crimp
Hold
it.
on, she's filling it. Hold on. Okay, Jess, are you up to speed? Okay, she's got it in her hand. Okay, do the first fold. What's the first little?
So we're gonna do a little pinch. One pinch.
Nice.
And then we're gonna twist. And then we're gonna do another pinch.
Pinch 2. Okay. Bora, are you okay? You got it? She's nodding at me. Okay.
I'm still chopping vegetables.
Oh. So it's fold, pinch, fold, pinch.
And I'm using my thumb and just shoving it. Oh, cute.
Jess, how'd it go? Did you get one all the way closed? She didn't get one closed. Okay, one more.
Lucky that I have this to help me. Like I
Margaret, have you done this before? No. Okay, do this one like 1/10 speed.
Literally watching and learning.
Good, I love that. It always makes me so happy to see you on Sunday. How did your pop-up go?
Oh, it went well. It took a couple of days to recover.
When's the next one?
In 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. So everyone who hasn't met Margaret before, she has the award-winning Best New Restaurant, Fatu. And right now they don't have a physical space, but they do when they do the pop-ups, and you can buy the epic fried chicken and the curry and all the fun stuff. Okay, Mark, so you folded,
Really slow.
folded, and you pinched. Okay, this is a good shot. I mean, this seems doable. Right, Mark?
Amazing.
We can have a little folding and pinching party.
You make it look really easy, Mark.
He does, right?
Yeah, it's magic.
That looks really good.
Oh,
That
wait.
looks like
Okay, stop. I'm gonna see how everyone else is doing.
Yeah. Jess has been working on them. Bora's working on the vegetables. Margaret's typing. Joe's not risen, so I can't play.
But Dustin's going in. He's gonna try one too.
Dustin, okay, well, Dustin, we'll have you do one, and then let's fry and steam. Dustin, one. Let's see it. Girl, wait, hold on. Let me see. It looks good. Listen, that was the first one. All right, Dustin. Dustin, have you done this before?
Never.
He's got one going.
Kind of hot.
See, this is the part when if I'm watching like a Martha Stewart show or Julia Child video or something, I have to keep pausing and rewinding.
Well, his looks more like a little dim sum.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to put it to camera. Let me see.
It's like a little agnolote.
It looks like a Love Sugar Grace peony. All right, so let's assume you've gotten some beautifully folded and twisted and pinned
Okay,
buns.
so I'm going to heat up a pan, a small saute pan. And you want it on like medium-high heat, all right? And we're gonna heat up tablespoon of
Alexa just said it right. It's like a beggar's purse. I don't know, Dustin. I like your new style. Amazing. I just think of those like dim sum chefs in Hong Kong and stuff. I mean, making billions of these really fast.
Okay, so here's the secret. So you want them to have a crisp bottom, but you also want the dough to cook through and be steamed and fluffy. So this is why we add the oil. We're gonna fry the bottoms of them first. So I'm just gonna place them like right in there, like this.
Wait, was there oil? I missed it.
Yes, just about a tablespoon of oil. And you know, like a good Asian, I save my frying oil. I just strain it because you know that's where all the flavor comes from. So I reuse the oil, like frying oil like 3 or 4 times before getting.
She's nodding. She's like, yes, every good Indian also does that. Wait, so is it just regular vegetable oil?
Yeah, it was started out as just really light canola oil, and it's now come to this. So we a couple nights ago we did fried chicken with oyster mushrooms, and so with the batter, if you smell it, it smells like fried chicken.
Right. It always seems such a waste to throw it away. That's
Right.
awesome. Wait, how many times can you use it?
I use it like 3 or 4 times.
Hey, that's awesome. All right, so now at some point we're gonna hear a pop and a sizzle.
Yes. I don't know if so you can see it bubbling a little bit. And these are just brown on the bottom for about 3 minutes. Oh, see, a little bit of color.
Yeah, nice.
There.
I love it. So this particular batch, this recipe, like how many buns does it make? Do you think
About
approximately?
25.
Also, you know, Mark and I are following this really good Instagram. Is it called Veggie Bowl something?
Vegetable something.
It's called Veggie Bowl something. It'll come up. But they always spotlight this particular vegan Asian recipe creator named Woon Heng, right? I mean, they put her stuff up like every week, sometimes multiple times, and this is her recipe.
Okay, so
I
this
never know we
one.
Okay. Wow, that took like minutes.
That's the heat. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna turn the heat down to like medium low. Okay. I'm gonna take a small teacup. I'm gonna fill it with water, and then probably maybe about like 2 or 3 tablespoons of regular tap water. We're gonna pour that in there and be careful. It's gonna sizzle. And then we cover that. And that's gonna stay covered for about 5 to 6 minutes. The water will all get absorbed by the boughs. The bottom will be perfectly brown and crispy, and the dough will totally be soft and fluffy, and the inside will be delicious.
That's the magic step that you're supposed to do with all the frozen dumplings too, right?
Yes. Well, if you're doing it like, you know, hot sticker style.
Yeah, I love it. Very cool. I mean, I think it's going to be delicious over there on, wait, what street are you on? Not Bond Street. It starts with a B, doesn't it?
We live on Broad Street. We live right next to the New York Stock Exchange. So we're at Broad and Wall Street.
Fabulous.
Yes.
I see Dustin's already having brunch.
This is my brunch.
So fun.
Let's smoke.
Jess, did you get a couple into a pan yet? Not quite yet. No worries. That's awesome. Well, you let us know, Mark.
Oh, yes, that looks great.
Yeah, she's killing it. Yeah, they're beautiful. And I'm feeling happy because I've had like tequila cocktails.
Is Bora, are you still working on your veggies?
Yeah.
I should have prepped the vegetables before. I forget how long chopping takes.
But you know what? That's my favorite thing. That's what I do on Saturday nights now. I make I brunoise like carrots and celery for hours. It's really entertaining.
It's therapeutic, for sure. Yeah.
Therapeutic. It's,
So
I could probably start a business if anybody needs any brunoised vegetables. The Holy Trinity.
I'm gonna make a quick sauce with my homemade chili crisp.
Oh, nice. All right, let's see it.
So I like to add just a little bit. I either show you, this is tamari, because I'm, you know, it's lighter. Tablespoons, like 1, and 1, okay? Instead of actual,
Alyssa
yeah.
has a question. Alyssa has a question about the recipe.
Yeah, just that the recipe itself said to put the steam side down, which I assumed was because there's more dough there to help it cook. But
Well,
you did it the other way.
The recipe says, what does the recipe say? The recipe says, take the dough off the sealed side. So when they call it the sealed side, it means not the side you pinched.
Oh, okay.
Filled side. Got it. Cool. Thank you.
We're gonna add some chili oil or the chili crisp. I save the chili crisp inside because it makes the oil spicier, so I always save that. We're gonna do a little bit of toasted sesame oil and then some rice wine vinegar.
Yeah.
If you really want to get fancy, sometimes I'll add just a hint of maple syrup or honey for sweetness. Stir that up and give it a taste.
I gave everyone a chili crisp recipe that was from Bon Appetit because my good friend Joseph Hernandez, who's the research director there, has been putting chili crisp on like everything the last couple weeks on his Instagram. So then he sent me a Serious Eats chili crisp recipe that has, I think, 50 ingredients in it.
That's complicated. That's why I suggested if you don't have time for all that, go buy the store-bought one because it has everything in there.
Yeah, there are a lot of people that are good at it, and you can just buy a good commercial product and customize it.
All right.
So this is the dipping sauce.
This is the dipping sauce.
Love it. So fun.
All right. So this is what you want. The bottom is going to be really deep brown.
Wow. That looks so good. Photo finish. Wait, can you show the bottom again, Mark? I need to see that bottom again. Nice job. And then is this going to be the Today Show moment when you dip it in the sauce and you and Dustin taste it?
Let him taste it.
Okay. Well done.
Yeah.
Wait, I missed it. In the dough, which plant milk did you use?
We use oat milk.
Oat milk. You think that
I think traditionally, like if we're gonna do it non-dairy, like my dad would just use soy milk because that's very Chinese.
Yeah, no, so good. Well done, gang. Well, I'm excited to see Jess's when they're done, and it is time to move on maybe to the part we've all been waiting for. So I have the pleasure of introducing Joe, who I've met at his piano at Gibson. So he's a piano prodigy that's been playing since age 17 and has played with some pretty super famous people like Red Holt, who played with Ramsey Lewis, and Sonny Steele, who played with Louis Armstrong. So without any further ado, we want to introduce you to my friend Joe Hurt, who is here from his music studio here in Chicago. Hi!
Hi. Uh-oh, I turned off the piano.
I mean, if you want to, we would love that. But you know, before you start playing, I just want to ask you, so you're not only a pianist, but you're also like an incredibly talented photographer. And I know that you have like this family history of this love of music. So maybe it was obvious that you ended up, you had mentioned earlier when we were chatting, like your dad sort of was like, hey, Red Holt, my son plays piano. You know, maybe he was playing with you when you were so young. But like, where did photography come into it?
So I started doing photography about 6-7 years ago. And I had a lot of photography friends like, all right, I want to do this. And then all of a sudden I got into what we'll discuss in a second, piano photography with a twist.
I'm so excited. Well, I know that you wanted to play at least one song for us. And I think that would be one that a lot of us know the words to. If anybody wants to
sing along.
You're welcome to unmute yourself. Mark, I do expect you to be singing because you are professionally trained.
Always.
You don't want to be the only one singing out here, people, so come on. Joe,
right.
I give you.
Here we go. All right, let's do it. Uh-oh. Let's double time it. Having fun.
So fun. So for those who don't know, Gibson's is this incredible steakhouse here in Chicago, really an icon, and really Joe is as well. So we wanted to share besides his talent, and you know, we've only had one music performance before now. We've salsa'd together at Sunday Brunch and done all kinds of fun things, but we've had an opera singer as well do a piece for us. So I'm so excited to bring live music again. So we also wanted to share, as I mentioned, this photography. So Bailey, if you can show us, this is Joe's website, Joe Hurt Photography, and what you'll find inside, if you click a little further, are pieces like this, which are also available for sale. I actually want to pick up a couple because, you know, Chicago's my hometown, and look at this. Can you, Joe, kind of talk to us? What's going on here?
Yeah, what is going on there? It's a little creepy. I was jet setting kind of for 6 years. I lived in south of France in Berlin, in Chicago. I kind of did half the year in Chicago, half the year in Europe. And when I was in Berlin, I was just at this little street fest, and there was a photographer that did all these pianos that were abandoned all over Europe. And I was so into this And I'm like, I want to do this. I want to do this. So at the time, my photography was feeling a little better. And basically what I try to shoot is I first got to discover and find abandoned pianos all over Europe. And I sneak in, and this is the result.
So you call this like abandoned piano photography?
Yeah, it's like the Instagram tag is like urban exploration or urban X. But yeah, it's just abandoned. I call it abandoned photography, but I throw pianos in there.
I think it's so interesting and unique, and like everybody's always looking for a niche, right? You're like, oh, I'm a photographer. No, I'm an abandoned piano.
Right. And finding the pianos, so there's a one shot, it was a chateau in Paris. It took me 3 months to find the location of that. Because you don't just advertise these locations. And nobody wants to let you know where these places are because it's kind of like, ooh, I found this place.
Wait, so but somebody like intentional is like, I own this piano, or I found this piano, and I'm going to put it in this amazing place so that people can.
That has not happened. I mean, all these pianos that are actually from there. I mean, the pianos are still remaining from when the building was abandoned.
I love it. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, some of the pianos were still intact. A lot of them were gutted. One of the reasons why the pianos are still remaining is because like some of this was abandoned like in World War II or just after. They're so heavy. So that's the one thing you're not going to take with you is the piano.
That's incredible. I was listening to NPR the other day, and they did a whole thing about the Jewish heritage and having like a family piano and how important that just was to the culture and the family sort of perpetuating family culture and stuff, and identity, all of that. I was so fascinated. I didn't know. I mean, my mom, who's on, like, we bought a Yamaha like upright for the kids to take lessons on. I don't know how many of the people here have like took piano lessons or any kind of sorts of lessons when they were younger, but I feel like it was a big part of my growing up. So really cool to see another expression. So people should buy these prints, right? Like,
yes, so I'll show you guys one of them. I'm having these printed up on metal or acrylic. Wow. So the great thing about it is what you get, you don't have to frame it. It's, look here, let me grab one really quick.
Yeah, please.
This one's in Berlin, and what it was turned into before, it was a Russian military hospital post-World War II. So you still have Russian tech here.
Wow.
So this is on an acrylic. You can see the side. And you can see the detail, I mean. And so it's absolutely stunning. In all sizes, they generally start 20 by 30. So those will run about $500 out the door. And then I can go all the way up to like a 40 by 60, which is massive.
Wow, that's so cool. I mean, they're so evocative, right? Like you feel and you can almost hear.
Well, it's interesting because it's like there's beauty in it, but then it's also not slightly haunting, I guess. So what I try to do when I shoot these is bring out the beauty in it. I mean, look, those curtains are just insane in there. And the bringing a lot of colors.
I have another question for you that's unrelated to the photography, but kudos for that, and I can't wait to get a piece here. I think in my little Mies van der Rohe studio, like, on the all white walls, it'll really bring some texture and color and like passion. So you played in Gibson's since you were 19 years old.
Oh,
so,
correct. We won't disclose my current age.
Well, nobody's gonna guess. Nobody cares here. We've all got the Zoom filter, so we all look very cute. Hopefully, Bailey learned to turn it out. You got to turn that on. So you for like so many celebrities, and I'm sure that's been like really, I know that you're also available for, and you've been doing during the pandemic kind of like private concerts and outdoor stuff like that, but what's the most fun for you? Like, what's your favorite paradigm for performance?
I think it's being I'll give you an example. I'd rather play for 10 people than 10,000 people. I love being like interacting with the party. It's it's kind of like the scene at Midnight in Paris where you have Cole Porter playing in this beautiful little mansion. I love those little small parties where I can interact with the crowd. So I guess to answer your question, that is my favorite. Actually, I can talk and play, and I just love having a conversation while I'm playing the piano.
I think it's so incredible. I mean, I've loved sitting at your piano. I sit at the piano as often as I can when there's, you know, because like my cheese fries are really elevated when. And my dirty Bombay Sapphire up with blue cheese olives, which they don't let you order in New York, but they do let you order here. And so,
Oh yeah.
So I know you had another song for us planned, and then, you know, if anybody has any requests and they want to, you know, talk about Benjamin's over, we'd love to accommodate that. So go ahead, Joe.
Beautiful. Let's take us to the south of France here with the song. Chicago twist. Yeah, La Vie en Rose.
Okay. Wait, so do you have any rules? I know that some pianists that play live in venues like Gibson's, like they'll be like, we've never played that, for instance, right? Like you can't request Rihanna or.
Oh, actually, no, absolutely. I'll play Smashing Pumpkins, Metallica. I mean, whatever. And but what I love to do is like actually like Rihanna, for example, like Love the Way You Lie. Love the Way You Lie. But what I try to do is change it up to my version, which is a little bit more jazzy, funky.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of vibe.
We had a Gaga moment earlier too.
Yeah. You know, I mean that bass line, I mean, it's not Sweet Dreams. No. No. I mean just all that stuff. I mean you can take that bass line now, swing it. So that's an example.
It's so great. I mean, I love that there's live piano still remaining in places, but I wish they were in more places. I mean, even like Mariano's, you know, Amanda Puck's a friend of Virtual Boozy Brunch and has been a co-host. Like they have the piano there in some of the stores, which is so fun. You know, I wish it were everywhere. I need a soundtrack to my life that is played on the piano. Does anyone have any requests? You guys need to put those in. We could probably get one more song in before the end.
Requests or questions?
I would love to know if you have any advice for novice photographers and how to capture what you just captured on film.
I'm sorry, the beginning of it cut out, Mark. Can you ask again?
Are we getting into photography or beginners? You know, like any advice for them? Like when you first got involved with photography, like what was some of the best advice you learned? How to take
shoot in automatic mode. No, I'm joking. I think a good start. So anyone that's got a decent camera, you're gonna see all these like letters on the camera if you've noticed. And I don't think most people know what they are. So what I would do is shoot in, it's called the A, which is aperture mode. And what that does is it creates the amount of light and your depth of field. So if you're taking a photo of a person, go into aperture mode and put it to the lowest number. That's gonna give you that blurred background. It makes it very kind of cinematic. That would be my best thing to how to start. Go in aperture mode, which is the A mode.
Love it. And then did you come from a musical family, like growing
up?
No,
not at all. I'm the only one that plays in the house. But I came from a family that was heavy into music. So my parents would expose, you know, we'd have dinner, we'd be listening to Pavarotti for Italian night. If we were having Mexican food, we'd be listening to Latin music. So they were very big on exposing me and my sister to different types of genres of music.
So fun. I think that Jess has a request. Jess, what's your request?
I am a David Bowie fan, so I'd love to hear Life on Mars.
Oh God, I wish I love David Bowie.
Is that doable on piano?
Usually I don't know it in my head.
Oh.
We'll get it. We'll do
Get me on in a few weeks, and
Yeah.
I'll play for you.
We'll totally get it together. All good. Well, I thank you, Joe, for being here.
Thank you guys.
And we also put up his Venmo, as we always did in the beginning, especially. So if you enjoyed his performance today and or want to request a song in the next couple minutes, I'm sure if he knows it, he'd love to play it. His Venmo's at Joe-Hurt-3. And then, as we mentioned, there's amazing stuff at his website, which is www.joehurtphotography.com. So as many of you know who have been with us for quite a long time, my original dream, and Joe knows this too, was to actually make the Gibson's Bar happen on Zoom. And I talked to Liz Lombardo about getting virtual backgrounds for all of us. And we we're going to have my favorite bartender, Mark Wagner, be with us, and Joe here too. And then they reopened. So that's great for Gibson's. And maybe we'll get to do that another time, because I still think it'd be really fun. And then Mark, don't worry, we would hard shake martinis for you and somehow get them to you. I know you love them so much. So before we say goodbye, I wanted to introduce someone who I am super excited to co-host with next week. This is Tanya Pitts. If you guys don't know her,
Hey.
Hi,
everybody. So, hi, Tanya. I'm so happy you're here. You've joined us before, but here you are getting ready for next week when we're going to co-host together. So she is a super OG wine director, sommelier in San Francisco, and we met each other years ago when I lived there. Tanya, will you tell us all a little bit about yourself and, you know, your brunch thoughts?
Hi. So hi, everybody. Thank you. I am a longtime sommelier and wine director. I also, in another life, painted and was involved in the arts. And now I take all that creativity and all that energy and I put it into food and wine. And I paint with plates, and my canvas is plates of food, and the paint is wine and cocktails and all things that are beverages that taste delicious.
Well, I can't wait.
Have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tanya, we're going to have so much fun. And we've known each other for a long time, so I know our camera rapport is going to be really great. And you're going to get to meet all these new friends and this community and all these great people. And Eduardo, I think, just wrote that you're one of his favorite people. So he's.
I saw his name when I popped in. It's first name I saw. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan, as you know.
In California, in the house.
Yes.
So Cajo, we're bringing some of your California cohorts into the mix.
Exactly. Yeah, like I know Tanya because we have a mutual friend here in the Bay Area, so it's a small world. Need to see more Bay Area.
Hey, so fun. So that's going to happen next week, and some other things are going to happen next week as well. So as I mentioned, the theme for next week, after we thank our guests, well, I'm going to thank myself. I'm going to thank Mark. I'm going to thank Joe. Our theme next week is Rice and Recover. So we're going to have Eduardo, who's been hanging out with us today so much. Thank you so much for that. And we're going to send out a cocktail recipe with sake and some sakes that we can buy to taste along with him. And we're also going to have a chef from California who's a friend of Eduardo's, Jake, who's going to put together a rice recipe for us, which I'll get to as soon as I can. And then we're going to welcome back Steph Fee, who's the director of DeGrazia Imports here in the U.S. It's a great Italian wine import company. And then she also sort of launched her business, Not Collaborative, with us on Virtual Boozy Brunch a couple of weeks ago. And she has this program. It's a 21-day recovery program. I mean, I need some recovery. I mean, you guys. So I'm starting it on August 21st, and she's going to tell us a little bit about it. It has like meditation, and it has diet, and you know, how to drink properly. I mean, I feel like I'm good at that already, but we'll see. So she's going to tell us a little bit about the programs that she's developed for this business that she started when the pandemic started, called Not Collaborative. So I think it's be a lot of fun. So Tanya, it's going to be like a whole California situation.
Well, it's That's really good because I've been doing a lot of that already.
Yeah.
I've kind of fallen off a bit. I don't practice self-care every day as I had been, but you know, I've got a nice glass of Chardonnay from the Jura, and I'm off to a good start today. And next week is going to be even better.
You're going to finish this group just fine because you know we're all about the AM drinking. So we are going to end on time. Look at us, 1:01. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. We're always so excited to see you and hang out with you, cook with you, and drink with you. Don't forget to Venmo Joe if you enjoyed his performance today. And don't forget to definitely check out his website because I think we're going to try to sell out all his prints today. Get a couple of them. I don't know what you got in stock, buddy, but we're going to get at it.
Infinity.
And if you need a pianist for anything, I mean, this virtual thing's kind of fun. I feel like we always need a pianist now. So, like, so amazing. Thank you, Joe, for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I hope everybody's got some buns going who is cooking and you're finally getting a first bite of that. We always hang out for a little bit after if you just want to chat, and everybody is capable of unmuting themselves. So we are a kinder, gentler virtual Boozy Brunch. Let you unmute yourself if you want at some time. But on behalf of Mark and myself and Tanya and Eduardo, who will be here next week, we're so happy to see you all. Hi, Cheryl. I also see your gorgeous background, Smoke Girl. I hope you'll hang out, but if you gotta go, you gotta go. It is 1:02. This is the end of episode 20. Love you all.
Okay, bye.
Nice.
Cheryl, unmute yourself. I want to know all the things. Ask to unmute. Ask to unmute.
Oh, did that work?
It did.
Oh, hi.
There we go. Hey.
Hello again, everybody. Oh, hi from Santa Fe, from my backyard. I just called my computer out here.
It's lovely.
Today?
I wish you could all come.
Come. You know what, Cheryl? I think maybe the good news is you're not on the Lori Lightfoot Chicago list, right? We've got like 18 states that, you know, go there and come back. We have to quarantine for 14 days.
Oh, yeah, we're fairly quarantined, but you know, at least I have a good place to do it and all. So, yeah.
You're not traveling at all? You're hanging at home and promoting?
Not traveling at all. No, I just don't see doing that. And I would like to take some car trips, but the easy car trips are all places that are real hot, COVID hotbeds. So, you know, it's like, okay, I'm in a good place and I'll just hang here and you know, try to support our restaurants on their patios and such, and the distance dining, and cook myself. So anyway, yeah, virtually,
Cheryl,
yeah, I'll grill for you.
I'm using that stovetop smoker all the time.
Oh, good. Yeah, I
just
used it to make, in Texas Q, there's that smoked tuna dip. And that is so good, and it's really fast and easy. So try that if you haven't yet.
Oh no, Cheryl's a James Beard Award-winning cookbook author and writer and barbecue from way back, like original barbecue diva, not those ones like judging shows today. She's from like, so it's so fun to see her during brunch. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was late, but
no, it's okay.
I missed the dumplings. Oh.
Mark will show you the bow.
Oh, it's bow. Yeah, I was thinking dumplings, but yes, buns. Yes, buns.
That's so impressive. Are you Instagramming that? SHIT?
I even say pretty leaves of
Oh, those are beautiful.
I love it.
Gorgeous, Mark.
They're like perfect.
My mom's here too. Mom, you should come on camera. You can give your evaluation. Generation. You should go.
I see your mom. Where's your mom?
She's
Let's
here.
see her.
She's not on camera. She's
not. Okay. Hi, Belinda's mom.
There she is. Mom, you have to unmute yourself. There's my dad too.
Oh, sweet.
I love it.
Mark, good work.
Oh, there they are.
I love it.
Wait, Mom, I didn't know about that. We don't recycle the oil. Do you recycle the oil? Pretty recycles the oil.
Sometimes, not all the time. Depends how dirty it is.
Gotcha. Right. Well, hi, Dad.
Hi.
I always suggest, like, if it gets any darker than this, then maybe it's time to get rid of it. But like right now, it's like perfect. It's so flavorful.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes I do deep fried fish, then I get dumped it.
Yeah, got it. Okay, Mom, I'm putting you back on mute. Thank you.
Oh.
She understands.
Hey, Margaret.
I don't know. I mean, Mark, would you put your parents on? I mean, I don't know.
Do you know how many times I've invited my parents? My dad is just like, whatever. My
They
mom,
don't like Zoom.
no, I have to put on makeup, and I don't. People are gonna see me like, you don't have to be on camera. Then what's the point of me coming on if no one can see my face? So they both are just like, nah.
So Tanya, these are the hijinks. This is the crew. But I realized, Tanya, that, you know, both of you and I being kind of wine people, we haven't spent a ton of time on wine. I mean, we had like Jill and Steve Matthiessen, we had Joy Sterling, we have Chris Kennefic coming in a couple weeks, but like, you know, you and I can bring the wine back.
Oh, we'll bring it all back. It'll be a lot of fun. Good stuff.
Look forward to seeing you next week. I'm going to take off. Bye. Have a
Bye,
great
Cheryl.
week. See you next Sunday, if not before.
That's so fun. I love it. Bye, Eduardo. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Eduardo.
Beth, did you like the cocktail?
It's really good.
Thank you.
Yes, I want to see your bows, your buns.
Okay.
Oh,
Beautiful. Whoa.
Love this.
Who needs
Wow.
beans?
That is the perfect bottom, and you did both sides. That's pretty. That's
Right on. So good.
Those are pretty.
Margaret, maybe we need to do like a bun pop-up or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm watching and learning. I want to make like a momo and like fill it.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Joseph was doing something yesterday too that we were talking about that he made up a new recipe for. That's like an Indian thing. Hold on. Let me see if it's a pan something. Pan blah blah blah.
And something.
Like he put spam inside in the end, but it was kind of like an egg yolky kind of bun, soft one.
Oh, he made like Filipino tassel bow.
No, but it was called Pan Jabal or Pan.
Wow, it's like the tassel bow.
Yes.
I think Pandasol.
Yes. So he said he came up with a new recipe for the dough for that, and then he put spam and like ketchup inside of it.
Spam and ketchup?
Yes, your friend Joe. Oh my gosh. Yes. I commented and I was like freaking out.
Right. So I was like, whose recipe is that? Because maybe you could come do it. And he's like, it's my recipe. I'm like, okay, well, great.
That's amazing. I would love to do that or like a bow.
Well, we should make him do it. But also, you know what, the other thing, Tanya, you guys have such good like Chinatown in San Francisco and so much good Chinese food, like the lacy dumplings, you know, where they put the cornstarch slurry on it. So you get that sort of lacy top. Well, it starts out as a bottom, maybe becomes a top. I'm kind of obsessed with that. I love that so much.
That's yummy. It's
Yeah.
so good.
So Tanya's going to bring all the SF and Napa and all those peeps into the fold.
Yes.
Good.
They've been missing out.
I know, right? I guess I just feel bad. Like, I know that all my restaurant friends here and in New York are like kind of embattled. So I'm like, it's only 7 minutes. And they're like, Belinda, I'm trying to save my business. I'm like, I know. But, you know.
But this is a way to do that, you know, as well. And it invigorates you.
Yeah. And
Which we kind of all need that right now. We need that shot of energy. Yep, just like that. That too, but it really lifts the spirits, you know? You can't just stay in your cocoon by yourself. Doesn't work that way.
Is this you think your studio? Is this your place or is this your?
No, I'm at my mom's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this will be our hub.
I love it. Good.
Yeah, this will be our hub. Yeah, it's really just serene. There's a lot of art, a lot of sculpture, and just really warm.
And how far is she from you? Is that very long?
4 blocks away.
Are you kidding me? That's
Oh, really? It was not planned that way. It just happened. Yeah, she found her place many, many years ago. And then I found my place through a friend, and it just so happens 4 blocks away.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's so easy peasy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's great.
Mom, I'm not moving to Palatine. She's still on.
Yeah.
4 blocks away.
But you're there a lot, though.
Hold please. Mark, do that again. Wait, did you see this, you guys?
Oh, that's lovely.
Wow.
Wood board presentation.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some good photos, right?
Did you take
Those
it?
sleeves are
I had them taking
beautiful.
photos, Tahoe. I think so.
Dustin has the better camera.
Okay, they're on it. They're on it, Cajo. Don't worry. Wait. Hold on. This is what I want to make next week.
Oh, I'm just having a Chinese, zhong, the rice dumpling. I got it from the good Mongkok dim sum place in Chinatown.
Cajo, this is what I want to make next week. My mom won't let me.
Why?
You're not allowed?
Why won't she let you?
She said it's like a very complicated recipe and most people would just go buy them. Mom, are you listening?
It's very doable. My grandma used to make them for me when I was small.
You guys, this is like the ultimate rice thing.
Mm-hmm.
What we want to do.
But you bought yours, though. You didn't make yours. Have you
Yeah.
made any? Have you made them bought for yourself or no?
I bought my mom and grandma. I've never made them.
Wait, Cajo, are your mom and grandma, are they in California?
My grandma's in Hong Kong and my mom is in LA.
Oh, right on. Did your mom grow up in Hong Kong?
She did, yes.
Nice.
I was born in Hong Kong too, actually.
Oh, right on. I mean, wow, Hong Kong right now. Oof.
I know.
Yeah.
Double whammy of hardships.
Guys, so my dad, if he could, would eat 3 of those a day.
They're pretty big.
I know he loves rice, but it's like glutinous rice.
Having my second cocktail, I realized I needed something to.
Yours have meat in it?
It does. It has pork, like pork belly.
Peanuts, all the bits.
Yeah, peanuts. Yes.
Right on. But wait, okay, so let's go back to Joe. So Joe, your neighborhood has so much good Asian food.
I'm sorry?
You have so much good Asian food in your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. 2 blocks away. I live a few blocks from Chinatown.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Have you hit up the 9-bar pop-up at Moon Palace?
No, I have to. It's. I'll check that out. Maybe is it today? Possibly.
It's doing really, really well. So it's Joe Briggs, who's a bartender from the which bar?
The barber place.
Blind barber.
I touched a jalapeno seed and I touched my eye.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Sandos, which is really, really good.
My mom. Okay. She just put herself back on video.
This is the size.
There you go.
Much smaller size.
Oh yeah. This one is big.
And 2 tablespoons of rice.
That's 2 tablespoons of rice.
Wow.
Impressive.
Very.
Look at my dad.
Time-consuming project.
Well, you sent me the recipe, Mom. I haven't looked at it yet, so I think that'd be a good one to do.
Yeah, I'll do the you fan.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, you fan. Mark, I also developed vegan version for you.
Oh.
Yay!
So
maybe we try next week.
Yeah.
We'll try.
Okay.
We'll send the shopping list to everyone, and I can give Jessica some banana leaves.
Belinda, okay. Get the towel damp and just and.
I'm broken.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mom.
You guys, so fun. Thank you.
Belinda,
Awesome, Mark.
All right. Bye, Joe. Thank you.
Bye, Joe.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Belinda, do you have some eye drops to help your eye?
I'm okay. It's just kind of funny. I mean, I'm drunk enough that it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
I mean, double tequila shots in both of those cocktails.
That's the only way to do it, right?
I mean, listen, years of tolerance built up, Tanya. I mean,
only way to do it.
Amigos in my last post, so hopefully, George Clooney will send me some free tequila.
Now that would be nice.
Who is your friend, the couple that has the mezcal?
My friend?
Yes.
Tanya knows them, Richard Betts and
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're
They're
great.
gallivanting somewhere right now. They
live in
somewhere remote in the mountains. Just there's goats and I'm like, where the heck are you?
I don't know how
that looks like a long way down wherever you are.
Yeah.
He renounced his MS. He gave his master sommelier accreditation pin, whatever, back. He's like,
Yeah.
you guys. And then, they're doing their.
He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't doing his thing anyway, because that's how he and she are, anyway. But now they're really free, and you can feel that,
Free is
Wow. Like, ooh. Because you can feel that coming through the screen. I'm like, I want to be like that one day.
I know,
I want
huh?
to be you when I grow up.
What's going on in your kitchen over there, girl? What's happening with you today?
What are you doing?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. What's happening with you today? Are you cooking something?
Not cooking. We have a graduation party to go to in a little bit here. It's outside, so it's, except my diffuser is looking at like I have a fire going on here.
I know. I was like, wow, she's really steaming up a storm over there. So fun. So amazing. Kaho, also, thank you for always having the perfect garnish and the perfect prop, because I've been having I've been having a thing with my mom about those little
His garnish game is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Y'all know. I mean, we're ready for the book.
No,
And Mark,
you guys have
Mark, you did such
yeah.
Mark, you did such a good job explaining how to make these that
thanks.
It was really, I can't wait to make them.
I wish you guys were here because they make like, I made them a little bit bigger than normal, but it's so funny because Justin's came out looking like little shumais.
Oh.
Beggars purses, as Alessa said.
They're so delicious. I wish I can just like put it through the camera to give you some.
But the nice thing is you can freeze those too, like a lot of Asian things. If you make money,
Just ground pork, just do half of all the veggies and then add a pound of ground pork and just mash it all together and make it into a little disc of meat, and then you put it in there and it's delicious.
I love it.
Do you freeze them pre or post cooking?
Pre.
Okay.
Pre. And then
I'm gonna make too many, so.
You don't need to defrost them. So if they're frozen, put them right into the hot oil frozen, and then do the hot water and close it and cover it and steam them.
Mark, when you freeze those, Mark, do you put them on a cookie sheet first in the freezer and then throw them in a bag after they're frozen?
No, so you'd be surprised. So actually, once they've set out, the dough is no longer tacky. So it kind of has its own little like dryness. So you can I just throw them in a bag. I just kind of dust them with a little bit of flour. I throw them in a Ziploc baggie and put them in the freezer.
Okay.
I love that.
That's what I love. The last time we did dumplings, I ate them a month later. They were as good.
Yeah. So good. I mean, there's been some epic stuff. It's good. Makes me happy. We'll see what the recipe comes out for next week from the chef from.
Oh, I'm excited about it. I was just thinking like when I saw the slide for rice, I was like, oh, when was the last time you had sticky rice and mango?
I know. So that's why I think we should do the zonzi, and then we should also. So Tanya, I don't know, Jake from Co-Show in Sebastopol. I guess he's a good friend of Eduardo's, and Eduardo's like, oh, we'll have Jake.
I haven't met him yet. I know who he is.
Okay.
That's yeah.
Oh, is it problematic?
No, it's good.
Okay, good.
So now, no, but I'm already like, ooh, mangoes and sticky rice.
Right.
That could be
coconut milk.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we could do Riesling. We could do Chenin Blanc.
Yes.
That's what I was
You know.
thinking. Chenin Blanc would be good.
Yeah.
So here's
People get afraid of Riesling.
I'll get the recipe.
Love Riesling. It's
and
one of
you
my
are
favorites.
gonna call, the winemaker for whatever you think is a great pairing for it, and then we'll have them come and join us too, because I think that'll be fun to bring the wine people back.
So everyone can find everything easily.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fun.
How do you feel about the habit wines?
What is, I don't know that one. Do you know it, Tanya?
Yeah, they're basically small production. We wouldn't necessarily call them natural, but their slant is more that way than not. But the wines are really very good, very fresh, very bright, very vivacious. Yeah.
That's a good point. Actually, I'm glad that you asked that, Libby, because Kurti and I were having a little DM combo about some of those big companies that are advertising a ton, like Wink, and what was the one that you were asking about?
It was called Naked Wines, and it was, I got a study book for my board review course, and it came with $100 off a case, and I was like, oh, that seems reasonable. And then
great deal, yeah.
I didn't know anything about them.
Yeah. Well, Tanya, I was saying, and you can tell me if you disagree, I was like, my big thing right now is I'm just trying to support Winery Direct as much as possible.
Yes.
A lot of my friends with small wineries, like the Mathiasons, for instance, are like, please buy direct from us. At this point, we ship everywhere. And, some of our distributors are like not paying. So.
Well, that's my MO. That's all I do when I send clients and customers. I send them to the source.
Yeah.
Because that's how they keep the lights on.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Whether we're in a pandemic or not, it's just the way that you do business.
Yep.
So,
and just,
absolutely.
Like this group of very high integrity, good people who are well-meaning.